to start by talking a little about the need for a research facility like this in aquaculture and in Down East.
Okay. Well, actually I didn't explain this before, but so this is kind of a unique situation that we're on this creek here. Most people will not build a facility in a place like this because it's hard to get water. But there's a lot of these types of areas in Down East North Carolina that are more affordable than being on the actual beach side of things or on a sound if you're an operation that needs salt water. So one of the ideas for this facility is to test whether or not we can use a creek like this, take water on an incoming tide, fill it up, sterilize it, use it in the building, but then also if we can clean that water up and return it without harming the creek, it would open up a lot of these areas in Down East North Carolina for a recirculating aquaculture production system.
Very cool. And what are some of the species? So we saw red porgy and the hybrid striped bass. What are some of the other ones you might see coming through in the future?
Yeah, I guess whatever the grant money brings in right now. We do have the stripers in there, and of course we have minnows in there right now. But I'm not quite sure. There are some sturgeon across the street, but they're being cultured in fresh water, so I don't think we'll be doing anything with sturgeon. Any focus on a marine species, it could be of the snapper grouper complex, would be fine. Right now we're just erring on the side of the major industries in North Carolina, and the only quasi-marine species is a hybrid and then a striped bass. So
okay.
That's pretty much the plan right now. But yeah, whatever the grant focuses tend to be is where
sure.
it's going to go.
That makes a lot of sense. And I know you mentioned food and soy, possibly switching to soy. What kind of are the research frontiers in that, and maybe sourcing from local sources? Or
yeah, well, first of all, there's a lot of money going, lots of initiatives from the federal government going toward reducing or eliminating fish meal and fish diets. Unfortunately, not all fish can tolerate. Salmonids, trout, and salmon have a very difficult time with it, even though they've reduced the levels of fish meal in those diets tremendously. So that is some of the interest that I definitely have, and I would be interested in furthering the work on that using things like soybean meal. In fact, the two studies that were funded here were by the North Carolina Soybean Growers Association. So they have an interest. The other thing is that when we can start to eliminate having to bring soybean, cottonseed meal, things in from other states, well, now naturally the price of that feed is going to go down. And we do have a feed mill here in eastern North Carolina, not down east, but with Carolina Feeds.
Oh, right.
They make mainly catfish feed, but they're open to making other diets. So if we can source local corn, local soybeans, it could make diets cheaper for the fish.
Very cool. And I guess my final question is about education and outreach. Do you guys have people coming through interested in what you're doing? Or?
Yeah, here lately, actually, the tours have increased quite a bit. We don't really do anything formal as of yet. We have an open door policy, and then we try and do more tours on Fridays, but anybody who comes in gets a tour, and if they want, they can contact me or Ryan that's here for a tour.
Cool. Well, thanks.